Good evening, everybody. We're a couple of seconds late. Shug and I were just having a wee chat in the background there and totally forgot about the time until he reminded us. But that's by the by. As you can see, it's just Shug himself tonight. Jamie's got a family do on. Jake's back is absolutely killing them. And poor AGK is in bed with the flu. But he had to use his steps to get up into bed. Yes, it's a little bed.
It's a little bed and he had to use the steps stuff.
Right, I'll just pop Shug in the background. I'll change camera, overhead camera. There we are. What we've got on the late tonight, I believe, is a piece of beach that I got from up at Dale's place. I can't remember when I got it now, but so it's a piece of beach. It's got a bit of blood on there. Cut my finger today.
Wrestling with the saw.
Yeah. It is not recommended to use a bandsaw to trim your nails. Just saying.
Hashtag.
There we go.
That's fairly whopping round, mate.
I forgot to tell you what size it is. I'll not be able to find me. There it is. Right, it's about 6.5 inches long, and it's about 4 1/4, or a length of about 4 1/4 in diameter. Once I get down there, right, Shug, on you go.
Okay, so let's see who's in, shall we? Right, participants list. I think I'll be ready by now, won't you? So from the top, we've got Barry Chitty and Billy Brown, Brent Beecroft, Colin Izzard, Door 60, Fred Gilliver, Jacob from Jacked Up Leatherworks. We've got James Crawford, Kev at 9K, Robert Klingspor. We've got Dale from Maple Tree Studios. We've got Mark L. Now, let me have a look because I think I've got this one.
Can you see me?
Yep, we got Mark L. I think I found Jacob's now as well. Yeah! We've got Martin Boyd, Martin Ford, Hurst. Hello, Shane. We've got Mark from Shop Dog Workshop, Spider Spade, Kez Andor Phil, or Phil Andor Kez. Bear and Bear, anyway. We've got Susie Swiss Woodturner, and obviously your good self, Wayne.
That'll be me.
That'll be him. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've all had a good weekend so far.
Good evening, everybody. I've lost my parting tool again.
But it's in the good shavings, Wayne.
Where the bloody hell has that gone?
So it's over there.
You know, this is something I use just about every bloody day.
That's why you've lost it, mate. Every time you pick it up, you put it down in a different place if it's out like my shop.
Yeah, that's where it is. No. Hiding. That's where it was doing.
Colin Izzard has joined us, and so has Colin Mudd, Lord Lakestone of Glencoe. There's a new name for you. Kev at 9K's in as well. Hello, Kev. And Mick Jews. Martin's asking, did I get a chance to look at Wabi Sabi? I haven't yet, but it is on my list here. Believe you me, I will be looking up Wabi Sabi. Mark L's got a question for you, Wayne. I'm not sure it's a serious one.
Yep.
He said, so when Wayne shovels out the shavings, does he have a screen that he runs them across to sort out the tools and other stuff that fell into them?
Yeah, it's a very strong magnet. I have been known to use a gardener's riddle as well. Something like that.
That's it. Shaky, shaky, shaky. Kev said you cleaned up and lost it. Oh, thin ice, Kev. Thin ice.
I really do need to have a clean up. I've lost 2 bloody claw hammers just recently.
I know where they are. Bryn's buried them in the garden as well. Mark said, yes, that's the kind of screen he's referring to. Billy Brown said it's beside the number 1 hollower. Oh, Billy.
It actually was.
Bruised and battered Spurs. I ain't found them. I don't know where they are. I have found this, though.
Savage.
Think of that, Billy. That was savage. Ah, there it is. A damn good spud kicking.
Right, let's get some shape into this.
Woodwork Learners joined us, and so has Douglas Mungham. Evening, fellas.
Guys.
Mick Jews said claw hammers are with Brushy.
Oh, I found Brushy. Now, Douglas sent me a link to something. Was that earlier on today or yesterday? I can't remember now. About doing a vase from a bowl blank or a dish blank. I actually did one of them a hell of a lot of years ago, but he did suggest using some colour on it, so that might be one for a future live.
Sounds like a plan. Brian Hartwood's joined us. Hey up, Brian. How is it? So we're going to use more colour in this one, Wayne, you say?
Yeah, there's been quite a few people going back and watching some of my old videos, and I did a vase with, the Cosmic Clouds colouring technique, which was first done by Gary Lowe, the tartan turner. There's been quite a few people watching my old video of that, so I thought I'd do that tonight.
That sounds like a plan, mate. Mr. 14 Karat Gold Michael McEwen has joined us as well. Hello, mate. Bill Miller's joined us, and so has Chris at Bailey Woodworks. Hello, buddy. And Malcolm Douglas. They're all coming in now, look. Uh-oh. Lady Spud Kicker's here. Lucy Bundy Rowe. Oh, dear. Oh, dear, oh, dear. Keep it classy, Lucy. Dewey Shed's in as well. Hello, buddy. Kev's asking if I saw his new toy. No, Kev, what did you get? Do I need to brace myself?
Probably.
Michael Azapardi's in as well. All right, mate.
Hey, Michael. Just going to give this gouge a quick sharpen.
Uh-oh. There's just one more sharpen bit.
I'm going to have to get a new spindle gouge. This one's running very short.
Joe Senior's in. Hello, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
And Andy Bundy Rose in as well. Hello, Andy.
Hey, Andy. And, of course, Lucy, because I'm missing her name.
Yep. Lucy came in. I told her to keep it classy straight from the off, Wayne. Oh, yes, Kev, I did see your texturing tool. You got the texturing tool, Wayne.
Oh, right.
It's all right. The spuds are safe for a little while. Andy said the spindle gouge is running short, a bit like Andrew and Shugs. Oh, cheers, mate. John Foster's in, and I've just seen another name. Where was that? So's Benjamin. Hello, mate.
There we go.
Nice shape, mate.
I'm sure this was beech. It's a hell of a lot like silver birch, but mind you, it has got a little bit of spalting in, so that's probably what's making me think that.
Beech is normally quite pippy, though, isn't it, in the grain? So
it definitely came from Dales.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Ben said he's travelled back to the 90s and he's bought a lava lamp.
Oh my life.
Oh, dear, oh, dear. Charlie Taylor's joined us as well. Hello, buddy.
What's that one? That's 220. One later. Just bear with me a minute. I'm just getting some.
Just in case you're missing it, Andrew. Oh, I love that one. Oh dear.
Which one's that one?
The one with the YouTube shorts, not what I expected.
All right.
Robert Klingspor said, well, that was different. The DPD man delivered some abrasive samples and asked, am I over 18 and do I have proof?
Oh.
Well, you're a lucky man then, Rob.
Before I start sanding, I'll just put in the start of my part and cut. Seeing as how this is getting coloured. Let's find that bloody parting tool again.
Right, Mark Hanslow's joined us and said, good evening, Wayne. After last week's live, I purchased some Joe Sonia's opal dust and used it on some turned Christmas trees, painted green, fantastic effect, so a big thank you.
Oh, brilliant. Well done. Oh, did you actually buy them from Joe Sonia's UK shop, or did you buy them from somewhere else?
Martin Ford said, sorry, I have to go, or my spindle roughing gouge will be used for purposes it was not intended for, according to my business manager. Catch you all next time. The boss has spoken. Off you trot. See you later, Martin. Rob said he has a very good moisturising schedule. Not bad for a 58-year-old. Oh, nice one, Mick. Mick Jews bought a bag of supposedly firewood for £7 the other day. Walked away happily with a whole bag of olive logs.
Oh,
That's a steal.
nice.
That is, mate. Nice one.
If anybody in the UK does buy Joe Sonia's from the Joe Sonia's shop, if you wouldn't mind somewhere, I don't think they've got a comments thing, but I think there's places in there where you can say something. If you could mention that, certainly if you got the idea for using them from me, if you mention me, it always helps the channel. And Lynn likes to see things like that as well.
That's cool, mate. Stephen the Wood Dude's joined us. Hello, buddy.
Well, now I'm standing, it
And
feels
Mark
like it's got a flat on here somewhere. But it hasn't.
Mark L saying you can't go wrong with something like that. Dead right. Olive logs, £7.
120.
Alan Gibbs in, and he's asking what you're making tonight, Wayne.
I'm making just a small vase, which is going to have ebonite and lacquer on, Joe Sonia's iridescent paints, and then the paints are going to be moved about with my airbrush. Obviously, without any paint in the airbrush.
Mr. Tidy Gardens in as well. Hello, buddy. Woodwork learners.
Well, what I'll do.
Queuing up for a timeout, Wayne. He says Wayne is only young, mainly because he counts his birthday in leap years.
No, I do the same as my dogs. I just count them every 7 years.
Been hanging around with Ben too long, he has.
Right, I'll do the colouring last. I think it'll be easier. So I'll just start getting this hollowed out.
Okie dokie, Jacob. Catch you later, buddy.
Using the drill first. Yeah, down to about there. Speed set at about 500.
Ben says, Wayne, whenever I buy kitchen roll, I always tell the person in Sainsbury's, it was recommended by you. For some reason, they always look very confused.
I actually buy mine from Aldi.
Yeah, we can't afford Sainsbury's, Ben. You're posh. Dale was asking earlier on whether you were having technical issues, and I do see that occasionally you're getting a little glitch on that camera. I'll let you know if it gets any worse. It's okay.
On the overhead.
Wayne. Yeah.
Right. Let's change camera anyway, seeing as how I'm doing this.
Yeah, I'll keep my eye on it. But yeah, I hadn't noticed till he said. I didn't realise he's on about you having technical problems. Mark Shopdog says he's too old to remember, so he just picks a number at random. Douglas is asking, Wayne, are you feeling better?
Slightly.
Oh, Andy. He says, Wayne, are you using the number 1? And then put 3 spuds behind it.
How could I not? In fact, what I should do, I'm not doing it tonight. What I should do is get the camera set up on the Simon Hope Hollowing jig so I can show how that's used.
Ben says he uses Sainsbury's Taste the Difference kitchen roll. Only the best for him. Well, if you want to eat kitchen roll, Ben, that's up to you. But you know they're going to come and take you away soon, don't you?
If you buy in from Sainsbury's, you're obviously making too much bloody money woodturning.
Woodwork Learner said he's not posh. He only shoplifts at Waitrose. Give him your money. Oh, Robert Copperowell's in. Hello, mate.
Hey, Rob. Here we go. It's not one step for mankind, it's one boot in the love spuds for mankind.
One giant boot in shug spuds. Spud kicking time. It's okay, Kev. It's okay. I've braced for it. Yes, Fred. I can categorically tell you now that is the number 1 hollow. Martin said, "What's that tool you're using, Wayne?"
This could be the number 1 hollower, the mid-size.
Douglas is asking, the method you've started hollowing with, would that be the way to start a tall vase as well?
Yeah. I always start off using the spindle gouge until I get so far down. It's good for if you're doing boxes as well. It's good for hollowing boxes as well, using the spindle gouge.
Yeah, that makes sense. And Bonnie's joined us.
Hiya, Bonnie.
I found that one, Bonnie. Fred's just like me. He hasn't got one either. That's all right, Fred. We'll start a non-number 1 hollower club. I could possibly comment on that, Ben, as I don't have one. I have a number 2 hollower. It's not made by Easy Wood Tools. I hope one day to trade up. Well done, Bonnie. That's a good reminder.
What's that?
Bonnie's just reminding people that they have a unique opportunity. I'm going to say 41 people, in fact, have a unique opportunity to pop that thumbs up for Wayne and let him know that you're enjoying what he's done.
Is
Brian
it a spur,
said,
Brian, or is it something else?
I thought it was a catapult.
Oh, talking about catapults, Jane sent me this link on Facebook today for a Dookie slingshot.
Oh.
So basically, you know the triangular Dookie that you get, and it's got arms on, and the arms actually fit. The arms of the Dookie fit into the Y of the slingshot, so you fire a Dookie and it sticks to the walls and things. Guess what Jamie's getting in the post tomorrow?
What, do you think you can fire it that far?
No. I ordered one straight away.
Nice. Vince Loy has joined us, and Brian said he hasn't got one either. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say Brian is similar to me and doesn't own a number one hollower. Good lad.
I was going to use the the technique I used the other night with the drill and the cable ties.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to do that on this piece, but I had a practice this afternoon, and it didn't really work as well as I wanted it to. So I decided to give that a miss.
Brent Beecroft also doesn't have a number one hollower, Wayne, just to let you know. No, he uses the Loyal Jameson rig with hunter cutters. Oh. Brent. Mick Jew said he's just looking at the tiny bench in the background. There could easily be two hammers in there. That's it, Douglas. Avoid deep turnings. I like it. And then you can avoid a big turn. Yeah, I believe you would work, learner. I believe. Billy Brown doesn't have one and doesn't fancy one. Fair play to you, Billy.
Oh, the brilliant Billy. The brilliant. I mean, I've got that many different bloody hollowing tools. Loads of different hollowing tools.
Rob said to Brian that there is, so it is a spur.
All right.
But it's a long story, and he'll get the Klingspor history video put up on the YouTube channel. That is a very good idea.
Good idea.
Ward Wilson's in.
This is whole other country.
Hello, Ward. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Ward.
Is it super tidy, Lucy? Is it a super tidy garage? Yeah, Bonnie's saying horses are awesome. Oh, no. Ward's got another riddle. There's only me here, Ward. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to solve it, but go on, go for it. Let's see what happens. And Andy Bundy Rose saying not really, so it's not really tidy. Oh dear. Flex Power Tools. No, I've not heard of them, Rob.
Who?
Flex Power Tools. Apparently,
No, I've not heard of them either.
Flex. Klingspor and Flex started out as the same company. Oh.
All right.
Right, Wayne, you're going to have to help me with this one. Ward has put a riddle up for us, and he says, "Why don't boxers have the
Boxers
the nookie the night before a big match?"
Come on then.
I don't know. Why don't they have nookie the night before a big match? Oh, they don't really fancy each other. Oh, no. Spider Spin said, "Hopefully I may get a number one Hollower if I ever finish turning snowmen and Christmas trees." I haven't done a single snowman or Christmas tree this year. And the only snowman I've ever did, I did at Halloween. And I did one as a Pumpkinhead snowman, one as a witch, and one as Slash from Guns N' Roses.
There we go. I think that will do for that.
Douglas said he was looking at the one that Wayne uses that has a cupped cutter on it. Which hollowing tool have you got? It's cup cutter.
Right, I've got the Simon Hope one. That's got a cup cutter.
Ah, that could be the one.
I've got the straight one and the swan neck of that. That's the small one, that is. But when you're talking about hollowing tools, I mean, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 different. Oh, if you include the easy wood, I've got that's 14. The pro ones, I've got 3 of them. That's 17. I've got some more in some tools I bought from a guy that sadly died. So I've probably got about 20 different hollowing tools.
Oh dear. Andy's saying that one day the garage will be tidy. He needs to move. That's exactly like my workshop, Andy. I just need to move a few things around just to get a workspace. There could be a correlation, Mark. Everybody else has bought them. I haven't got one. Henry Scrollsaw has joined us. Hello, buddy.
Right, I'll just sand a wee bit of the inside on this, not too far down. I could use my... I wonder if that'll actually fit in there. Oh, it might just fit in there.
Close.
I'll bring the tool rest up so I've got something to rest on. This is the Simon Hope inertia hollower with the long handle for doing the insides of vases. I should be able to get in with it carefully.
No, Mark, I'd do snowmen and Christmas trees with any of the tools that I've got. I wouldn't dare use the number 1 hollower. That's only for hollowing.
There we go.
Spider Spin said, I'm just impressed. You got past 10 without taking your socks and Crocs off. Philly Brown said, Shug, be good. Santa comes in 3 weeks. Mm-hmm.
I just want to sand the rim now.
Woodturning with Barry's joined us as well. Hello, mate.
Hey, Barry.
Robert Klingspor's asking, okay, a question for for someone who is trying to learn wood turning and has never used a wood lathe. From the streams I watch, it seems that with about 6 tools you can do everything, but everyone owns about 100.
Right, there's a very good article in last month's Woodturning magazine where Steve Jones is being interviewed. Now, Steve Jones he's a professional wood turner, he's a production wood turner. He comes from a family of wood turners. I think the line is about 300 years. Wood turning's been in the family. And he was apprenticed under his granddad. And his granddad said, if you can't do all the jobs you want to do with 3 tools, forget about it. His 3 main tools are the spindle rough and gouge, the spindle gouge, and the skew chisel.
That's the way to do it. Bonnie's saying I only have about 5 cutting tools. I'm pretty sure, Bonnie, I'm not far away from that myself. I think I've only got about I've probably only got about 8 gouges in total, including 2 skews that I've only ever really, I practice with them occasionally, but they're only ever really used as part and off tools because they scare the bejesus out of me. Every time I start thinking, oh yeah, I'm getting it, and then all of a sudden it goes, arr, and it bites.
See, the way that that Steve Jones was apprenticed, now he spent time in his granddad's workshop from when he was around about 3 or 4 years old and sort of had a bit play. But when he was apprenticed, his granddad used to make him do 1 cut until he got that cut absolutely perfect. And then let him go on to do another cut.
Mm-hmm. Douglas has asked, Wayne, what is that? I'll presume that's the conversation starter.
That's the conversation starter, that is.
Bonnies are all carbide tip tools. Yeah, well, it certainly saves on having to buy a sharpening system. There is that.
Right.
I rate them, to be fair. I do rate carbide tools, but it's horses for courses. There are people out there who much prefer, that's it, mate, carbon steel and stuff like that. And, each to their own.
High-speed steel these days, not carbon.
Well, yeah, high speed, but yeah, each to their own. People do. And Ben said, you only need 4 tools, the skew, a bowl gouge, a spindle gouge, and then a parting tool. But you need each tool in 5 different angles and 7 different sizes. Woodwork Learner's got about 30 plus tools, but can't use any at the moment. Tell them to pull a finger out and get your shed up.
Well, when I was talking about all those tools I've got, they're just purely hollowing tools. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I've got 9 ball gouges. Right, I'm going to use the hot air gun, as you can see. Whenever you're going to use the hot air gun, always when you switch it on, point it away from the piece you're going to use it on, because you can get dust in there, and if the dust gets on the elements, it can start putting sparks out, and it can start putting dust out, so you end up with dust all over your piece.
Yeah, Rob from Copperell, Wayne said 2 will do. A bowl gouge and a parting tool. Throw a skew in there to open paint tins or for catches, etc. That sounds like my workshop. Use the skew for everything except actually using it for cutting. Dave Oatie's joined us. Hello, buddy.
A wee bit damp on that part.
Oh, the shed is up, but his back is done in, Woodwork Learners, so he can't stand up right. In time, mate, in time. Get better soon, buddy. Spider Spid's asking, have you got a Woodcut Pro in there, Wayne?
Hang on. Give us a second.
That's all right, mate. Martin at Woody's Creations has joined us as well. Hello, buddy.
A Woodcut Pro.
And Louis from Spindles. Hello, buddy. How are you?
Right, it's not the Woodcut Pro that I've got. I've got a very old Woodcut. The straight one and the swan neck. That's a very, very old one, that is. The blade is about worn out on that.
Oh, dear. Woodwork Learner's asking, have you got that many tools because you keep losing them in the shavings?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like me, mate, with angle grinders. Buy another one. Yeah, Spidey Spid said very similar. That's his favourite.
Oh, hang on. I was going to put some decoration on this. Should I or not? Decisions.
Yeah, go for it. Hakeem Haha's joined us. Hello, mate. Yeah, Louis said, do it.
I don't want to put one down the bottom as well.
Douglas, I've got probably as many angle grinders as I need now. I've just bought 2 more. I would buy them, buy a number 1 instead of grinders, but grinders are a necessity.
I've got some really, really huge tools as well. I mean, look at the size of that one.
Is that the one Yuval did?
That's the one that Yuval did, yeah.
Yeah, that's wicked.
Right,
Brian's got it right.
Dremel.
Brian says you need at least 3 angle grinders. Correct. 1 with the slitting disc, 1 with a grinder, and 1 with a flap disc at least. I've also got one with
time anyway.
46 minutes past the hour, mate.
Right, I'm just going to do this freehand, I think, rather than setting up the Or I'm using my Dremel with a carving disc on there. It's a cylindrical carving disc, and I'm just going to put just wee bits of decoration on here. I'll turn the speed down a bit. This can get quite aggressive, this one can. Bring the tool rest up, get a steady hand. That's better.
Oh, Rob, you're gonna like a video I've got coming up soon of the 2 angle grinders I've just bought. That's right, Kev. You can never have too many. Never.
It's the same with routers. I mean, I don't do a lot of flat work anymore. I used to do quite a lot of flat work. And I went and bought the Paul Howard fluting jig, which obviously you need a router for. Now I've got 8 routers, and not one of them bloody fit. Had to go and buy another router.
Douglas has got 2 angle grinds. See what I mean? These are intense. Yeah, Andrew's got it.
How many angle grinders I've got?
And Andrew's in, and he's got it. He says your grinders are #1, Shug. Pay no attention to them spud kickers. Thanks, mate. Cheers, buddy.
My precious.
Feel better soon, mate. That's good to know, that is, Rob. Klingspor invented the flap disc. Nice. Louis, that's just par for the course. We all do that. He says sometimes he'll create a job around the house just so he has an excuse to buy a new tool. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Now, I tried this afternoon on a piece with the lathe spinning, and it didn't really work. That's got quite a nice effect. You'll be able to see it better on the overhead. That's got quite a nice effect on there.
Yeah, that is nice. Especially with the wood being a lot lighter against the ebonizing.
Yeah. I wonder if I can come in and do it on here as well. We'll have a go, eh?
Yeah, you're ill, Andrew. You're ill. Susie, just for you, he's giving you the overhead camera. Before I even got a chance to ask. There's nothing wrong with being a bit scared of angle grinders, Ben, or any tool. It's always good to have a healthy fear of it, but you've still got to use them at times.
You want to try using it on the lathe when the lathe's spinning?
I know. That's fun, isn't it? Right, so there's 82 people watching and 42 thumbs up.
Oh, excellent. Thanks very much for coming in, guys.
But by my reckoning, that means that there's 40 people out there who have a fantastic opportunity to smack the thumbs up. Go on, you know you want to. That's it, Louis. Respect it. Don't fear it too much. Oh no, I've only got three routers, Ben. One of them I had bought for me. Another one I managed to pick up quite cheap in a sale. And I've only paid full price for one, but that's the Ferex Palm router, which is an absolute godsend. It's a beautiful piece of equipment.
I've got one of them.
Handy as hell, aren't they? Really, really nice little things. I did wonder when
the Ferex one is the one that's got you need I think it's a 47 mil collar to go into the fluting jig, and I think the Ferex one's about 48 or 49.
Shame, innit? But yeah, I didn't think. I kept seeing people with them, and I thought, how much use is that going to be? Because I've got the big router I've got is the Makita one. And I thought I can't see it being a lot of use, but then I watched people using them, and I thought that's just too handy to pass up. Lucy said their garage is an Aladdin's cave, and she daren't delve too deep. How deep? Real deep.
Right, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use my orange WebRax pad here just to get rid of any fuzzies on there. Hopefully I won't take any of the ebonizing lacquer off. I'm going to try and be very gentle on this. I just want to take the fuzzies off a wee bit. Did that camera glitch again there?
It did a little bit, yes, mate. It's not mega bad though. Like I say, if it gets any worse, I will let you know.
Right, here we go. Let's get some paint on this.
Kev said, his missus says every time he can't find a tool, he buys a new one. Loads of everything here.
Right, let's get some blowy done.
See, that's the thing, Ben. You're absolutely right with that. I love cordless tools, but it is a bit of a beast when you buy a different tool, even sometimes from the same brand, and then you have a different battery. The vast majority, I've just bought 2 cordless angle grinders, but the others are all corded. I kept hanging off on buying a cordless one for that reason. I just didn't want to end up with a load of different batteries. Hey up, Wayne Bigfoot's in, and that must mean the lovely Valerie's probably in as well. Hello, mate.
Hey, guys.
Wayne, did you make a docking reference earlier on?
No.
Well, I don't understand why Justin suddenly appeared at the speed of light. How you doing, mate? Garage Avenger?
Good evening, Justin. How the devil are you?
He's saying, don't get too excited with that paint, Wayne. Mark L's asking how the batteries hold up. I don't know, Mark. I only bought them. Only bought them a couple of weeks ago, and I've just unboxed them, done a video, which I will be putting up over the next week or so. And I'm going to give them a test run and just give people updates over time. Douglas is asking, could I grind the collet on my router? I don't know off the top of my head, Douglas. Without seeing it, it's a little bit difficult. Rob hates cordless angle grinders. I always held off solely because of the battery issue, though, Rob, because it would be handy to have a cordless grinder from time to time. Most of my work's done in the workshop or at the garage that I work, but occasionally you just can't avoid it, and you end up trailing the huge cord out there, you know, your extension leads, etc., and it's only a matter of time. Yeah, Brian's saying he only buys Ryobi stuff now because of the OnePlus battery system.
Yeah, I've got to say the Ryobi One Plus is absolutely brilliant. Right.
Ben saying grinders eat batteries. You need two charging whilst using another. Yeah, we'll have a look. Dave Oatie's got a question for you.
Yeah.
He says, how strong is the air pressure that you're using, Wayne?
It's only about 30 psi on this. In fact, let's have a look. It's probably less than that because it's what I use for airbrushing my wood stains and stuff. So it's not that high. It's only about maybe 25, 30 psi. That's all you need. I can get my big compressor down to that sort of size, no problem at all. It's just that it's extremely noisy because I don't have a quiet compressor. Right, I'm going to finish this off with some gold.
Yeah,
just keep the gold around the top.
Two things with them: the turn off at 5% battery feature and the power that they have. I will say this: it's I think it's 8,500 RPM. Is a fair bit slower than some of my corded. However, sometimes that's not a bad thing.
Now, as you can see, I'm not really concerned about the paints mixing on this. It can actually add to the effect. And I'm just pushing it around to fill in any of the blanks a bit further down.
Woodwork Learner's asking me if I'm going catalytic converter collecting. No, because I'm sick to death of seeing them. I see them most days. Most days of the week, mate. Bonnie's put a load of hearts in the chat for you. She says it's beautiful.
Thanks, Bonnie. Right, a lot of this paint, a lot of the violet colour is actually dry. There's still some wet parts with obviously with the green and the gold. But what I'll do, I'll just get the hot air gun on that, because as this paint dries out, it will produce more colour. All of the paints in the Joe Sonia iridescent range, not the others, just in the iridescent range, all come out cream coloured when you take them out of the pot. Let's turn the speed down. So if you are doing multiple colours and you're putting them in a pot to maybe slacken them off with some Floetrol or something like that. Mark the pots, or actually put the pot of paint behind the wee tub that you're mixing it in.
Brian said he uses 25 psi on his
Yeah,
airbrush.
yeah. It's sort of between 25 and 30. Mine's sitting at the moment, Brian.
Yeah, that's about it. That's about right then. Rob said at least once a month we have people come out to head office asking, "Where do you sell this 1mm cutting disc because it was used in a robbery?" I can tell you now categorically that catalytic converters have been stepped up a notch when it comes to theft. They now have an attachment that you can put onto a cordless impact driver that acts like the jaws of death, and that is frightening because you just don't want people running around with that kind of stuff.
Thanks very much, John. It's very much appreciated.
Oh, nice little super chat. I'm trying to keep up here. John says he's heading for bed, guys. Thanks for this evening. Nice. No, there's just the one in there, mate. Happy days.
All right. No, it's just the two's come up at the top for some reason.
Oh.
Nearly dry. Not long to go. How are we doing on time?
You are at 3 minutes past the hour, Wayne. 81 lovely people in and 54 thumbs up. Fantastic.
Excellent.
Justin likes it. Good lad, Justin.
There's just a couple of spots on there that are still damp.
And Bonnie's put you a super chat in for $5.
Oh, thanks, Bonnie.
Nice one, Bonnie. Ben said, should we tell Wayne he missed a bit?
There'll be that bit of walnut, Ben. That's where it is.
Oh, and Andy's showing off. He said it's nearly Asback time. Yeah.
Oh, Andy, will you shut up about bloody Asback? I'm going to have to go in the house and order a bottle now. You realise that, don't you?
Andy, and we might have to rename him Andy Asback.
I tell you what, now, Jane and I usually have Asback in the house anyway. But a couple of years ago, one of my pals was going across to Germany. And obviously, it's cheaper buying it over there. So I said, bring us a couple of bottles back. And bring us back some curry ketchup as well. Because I like a bit of curry ketchup on my bratwurst. So he did. So it arrived here. And I put a photograph up the next morning with the empty bottle. Didn't last long.
Kev said, listen. Kev said, listen. My new brandy bottle's asking to be mixed with some ginger wine.
Right. My
So basically, Wayne, what's happening here is...
Yeah,
well, what's happening here is I'm getting kicked in the spuds for a number one hollower, and you're getting kicked in the spuds for Asback.
Yes, definitely. Oh, need the speed up. Speed up.
Go on, wang it in, mate. Lucy asked, what was empty? The Asback or the ketchup?
No, the Asback. The Asback and the Coke. That was empty.
Mick's got some German curry ketchup being delivered this week.
Excellent.
Oh, dear.
Did you buy that from the German shop? I think that's what it's actually called. I tell you, the main thing that I miss across here, and I think about the only place you can buy it is the German shop, is Senf. Can't beat. Senf is German mustard, by the way.
All right.
SENF.
Dave didn't seem too impressed with Kev's last comment. He said, "Tell it off, Kev. The only thing you put with brandy is more brandy." Bonnie's got a shoot off. She said, "Take care, all. It's a beautiful vase, Wayne."
Cheers, Bonnie. Thanks
nice
very
one,
much.
Bonnie. Thank you very much.
Right, what I'm doing, I'm just spending a little bit of time just taking the wee nubbity nub off the bottom. See if I can cut my fingers with this skew chisel.
No more cutty of the fingers.
In fact, I tell you, stand still. What I'll do, we've probably got a wee bit of time.
Billy Brown said his son used to get him 3-litre bottles of Asback. Pity he's out of the army.
Yes, 3-litre bottles. It's a bit expensive over here to get the 3-litre bottles, but when I was over especially when I was in Osnabrück, which is where I was first introduced to Asback, we used to get a 3-litre bottle just to last the weekend.
Nice. Very nice. Kev's got a question. He said, serious question, Wayne. Do you colour the bottom as well?
No, I don't tend to. Right, what I'm using, I'm just going to use my Jacob's chuck in the headstock. Now, I have shown this before. If you are going to use the Jacob's chuck in the headstock, as long as you've got the tailstock up and using it between centres, it's fine because it's actually held in there. Excuse me. This is just held in with a 2 Morse taper on this lathe. Now, when you're sanding things with that in the headstock, there's nothing actually holding it in there, and the Morse taper can come loose. So what I did on my Morse taper, I bought a Morse taper to fit onto the chuck that's actually threaded in the end. And this is a 10mm thread that's in the end. So what I did was got a piece of threaded rod, 10mm threaded rod, and that slots through the headstock and fastens onto the Jacob's chuck just with a thumb screw. It's called a drawbar, and it holds that chuck in place. And I've got that tightened on there that much I can't get the bloody thing loose.
Susie's asking, what's the difference between our mustard and her Senf?
Hers, right, our English mustard is very, very hot. It's very hot and very strong. I find Senf a bit sweeter. And it's the best mustard to have, as far as I'm concerned, to go with the likes of Bratwurst and Bockwurst and things like this.
Yeah. And
Knackwurst.
Rob's asking, Wayne, did you manage to test the burrs he sent, or are they too small?
Oh, I haven't had a chance to test them yet. And no, they're not too small. I've had a look at them, and they're going to be used for doing some quite delicate carving. They're really nice.
Right.
And they're made in Ireland. That surprised me, that did.
All right. It's good to know.
Right, so just want to get this on there, and just to get this wee nubbity nub sanded off.
Spider Spid said a mate of his from the Royal Engineers came back from Germany and brought him back some bratties and curry ketchup. Thought he'd died and gone to heaven. Oh dear.
I used to be, my first two postings when I was in the army was because I was in the REME when I was in the army. That's the Royal Electrical and Mechanical Engineers. And my first two postings were with the engineers. 3 8 engineers at Ripon they were at that time, and then 2 5 engineers who were in Osnabrück at that time. That was 78 through to 81. I was in Osnabrück. Right, change camera, Wayne. Then you can show people
Wayne,
what you've been up to.
Wayne, did you answer the question about the colour in the bottom?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, he did. I thought he did.
I've just all I've done. I've sanded the bottom off. Needs a bit more sanding. It's not perfect yet. Needs a bit more sanding. And there it is, guys.
Very nice.
Paint is a little bit damp around here. You can still see all these creamy patches. That's where the paint is still a little bit damp, but that's my vase for this evening. Photographs will be going up on the socials tomorrow. It's a nice wee project.
Rob said, "Remy, that was what he was in the TA Vehicles Electrics."
All right. Yeah, I was. I started off as what they call a C mech, and C mechs were all the big plant machinery, like the JCBs, dozers, big Cat D8s, things like this. And then I went out of that a wee bit, just onto ordinary stuff. In Germany, in Osnabrück, it was mainly working on 432s, which are troop carriers. And then from there, I had 3 years with the military police, which was brilliant because I didn't do any guard duties or anything like that, and worked on Land Rovers, Bedford TK trucks, and Vauxhall Cavaliers. That's what we worked on.
Vauxhall Cavaliers, yes. Yeah. Dave Oaty said that's nice. He might even blow the dust off his Joe Sonia paints and try doing that. Yeah,
that's go, what I'm Dave. Talking about.
Go for it.
No, Rob. About the only time I spent in Aldershot was drinking. No, I was down in for the training. I was down in Borden, in Hampshire.
Martin Boyd said he was there about 81, attached to DER. All
right. Okay. I finished off my time in the army in Dortmund with who was it? I started off with 12 Air Defence Regiment. They had all the Rapier ground-to-air missiles. Starter buttons. No need, Lucy. No need. Keep it classy.
There you go. Woodwork Learner said Vauxhall Cavalier had the easiest clutch chain. Oh yes, indeed it did.
Indeed it did. The easiest clutch change I've ever done. In fact, when I came out of the army, my first job when I came out of the army was at a Vauxhall garage, and we used to get 0.7 of an hour for doing a clutch change on a Cavalier.
Mm-hmm. They were mad, absolutely mad. First time I ever
Andy,
did one.
Yes, it was down at Napier Barracks. That's right.
First time I ever did one. The guy I went to buy the clutch from my factor's place, and the guy said, "Have you ever done one of these?" I said, "No, I can't say as I have." He went, "Well, you'll want these then," and passed me these 3 clips, which had me completely flummoxed.
He said, to tell you the truth, Shug, I think I'm sure in my toolbox I've still got 3 of them.
I have. I've got them as well. In the one in the workshop here, I think, not in the one at work now, but I couldn't believe it. He said to me, "You're going to love this." About an hour later, I phoned him up and I went, "You're dead right. It's finished, back together, done." I'm sitting here with a cup of hot tea thinking, this is mad. Shame they don't still do them like that now.
Oh, I know. Right, I'm going to have a fag of whilst in here chatting.
One of the best times I had with police
Jesus.
was an hour on Weymouth Seafront with a young PC trying to give us a ticket for no tax on our Bedford. Was it a Bedford
tell you
CA?
what,
Go on.
yeah, one of the best times I had with the engineers was 76, I think it was. The 76 or 77 when we had the really hot summer. In fact, it would have been 76 when we had the really hot summer, and we did with the engineers, we did a bridge camp down not far from Weymouth. They've got a camp down there where they practice putting up the bridges and everything. And if anybody knows that area, like the Weymouth area, they've got what's called Chisel Beach. Now, Chisel Beach is just this huge, I don't know how long it is, but it's just all gravel, this thing is. And we got a call from a Remy Colonel, or they somehow got in touch with us, this Remy Colonel, who was out on a sailing trip, and his batteries had packed in. So I think it was me. I took my toolbox and a new battery, and there was about 8 engineers, and we had to hump a bloody assault boat and my toolbox over the top of bloody Chisel Beach to get into the Solent, to get into the Solent, to get out of this bloody well, it was 22 footer, I think it was, boat, just to change the bloody battery. What a bloody nightmare that was! But we got 2 cases of beer for it.
Oh dear, Kev said his Peugeot clutch just cost him $2,500.
Oh Jesus!
Worse, it's an automatic with a clutch plate. Oh dear, is it? What do they call them? It's completely slipped my mind at the minute. These new clutch plates that they've got on some of the diesels and that lot, they're horrendous. They can be £800-900 on their own. Chesil Beach was where they practiced D-Day landings, possibly, says Rob.
Yeah. I think it was along that area. I think they were a bit further west. I don't know why the hell I'm pointing. A bit further west as well.
Over there, Wayne. Over there.
Spider Spids, were you ripping when the naffy got blue? No, I don't think I was. No, I was 76. Yeah, 76 through to 78. I was at Ripon. And then 78 through to 81, I was at Osnabrück. 81 to 84, I was in Munster with the military police. And then 84 to 86, I was with the artillery in Dortmund.
Lucy said all the D-Day vehicles were hidden a couple of miles from here. And the planning was also done at Wilton House.
Very good. There you go. I looked, Rob's asking about ration packs there. I looked for the old style ration packs a while back, and they're like bloody hen's teeth.
Douglas is going. He said, Wayne, Shug, have a great weekend. Take care all. Catch you later, Douglas. Have a good one, mate.
I actually don't know. When was it? Must have been about 3 or 4 years ago. 3 or 4 years ago, we had a bit of a meet up. Yeah, me and some of the guys who were in Osnabrück together had a bit of a meet up, and a few of them actually lived around the Ripon area. So we went down to Ripon for drinks for the weekend, which was that was some weekend, mate.
Alan Gibbs asking, the paints you've put on there, Wayne, do you have to seal it or is it good to go?
They're actually good to go as they are. I'll let this paint dry off properly, and then I'll probably give this probably about 8 or 9 coats of lacquer.
Ward said
Glenn.
he has an agreement. He has an agreement with his mechanic. He don't work on his vehicles, and he doesn't practice law. We have tried the other with disastrous results.
Oh, me and Andy were in Dortmund at the same time.
Ah. Hello, Glenn.
We lived out. Oh, I can't remember the place we lived now. Jane and I. Holtzwickede. That's where I think that's where the Pads place was. This was This was a housing estate purely for Pads, which is the married personnel in the army. Oh, it was bloody huge. It was a nightmare.
Oh dear. Brian's kicking Glenn in the spuds by saying, "Hi, Glenn. Just wake up, did we?" He's in trouble now.
Yeah, when I was at Dortmund, we worked on the. They had the Rapier missiles on the trailer. That's how they originally mounted, but then they brought in a tracked version. Now the tracked version was originally made for the Shah of Iran, but then he obviously got kicked out in 1979 by the Ayatollahs. So the British Army decided to take it on, and it was an absolute bloody nightmare to work on. That was. It had a Detroit diesel, and to do the pack change on this particular thing, you had to take the whole cab roof and everything off. It was a 24-hour job to do a pack change. Absolute nightmare. Yeah, Rob. When I first joined, the SLRs were wooden stocks as well. Best gun the army ever had. They should never get rid of it. The L1A1, based on the Belgian FN. Right, that's enough of sitting on sandbags and swinging the lamp.
Halt! Who goes there?
Advance one and be recognised. Oh, my life. Right, guys. Thanks, everybody, for coming in. Very much appreciated. I've enjoyed tonight. It's been really good. Thanks to Shug for being earworm. I hope Andrew gets better. I hope Jimmy's enjoying himself, having the curry night with the family. And I hope Jake gets better as well, because he's really done his back. So I think at that point, I will press the button.
Mm-hmm.
The button's been